this image the starting point of how the Zeisser system is used. You see this metal plate with retentions, that's some slots exactly positioned, this transparent plate that is positioned according to a guide at the upper surface, at the upper part. This is the boxing of the margins. There's a quite little quantity, like putty type material. It doesn't set, it's not impression material, it's just a putty material that stays like this, does the boxing. So the technician does the boxing. It's centered on a very precise position in relationship to the metal guiding slot. Yeah, so it doesn't matter exactly how you place the impression, the idea is to be fixed like this. And you see the slow motion. So this device will create holes in a plastic plate connected and centered to the device and to the impression. That's the idea. That's what we want to do. We want to have some extremely fixed holes in relationship to this impression. Right, so where you see the laser, you saw the laser, you see the laser, and there are drills done in this plate that was under the whole thing, yeah, and where the drills were drilled, and now the technician removes it from its support. So our metal part stayed above this one, yeah, and according to the laser indications, we had this holes drilled in exact relationship to the teeth. This is the Zeisser system. It's called gyroform in case of Amman gyroform. It doesn't matter the name, the very name. The plate is now removed once the holes have been drilled in corresponding positions to our impression. They're customized positioned drills, right? Holes. This metal part is in order to help us to fix it in the articulator with the magnet. We'll see it afterwards. So in those holes, there are some prefabricated pins that are introduced. Their position is extremely precise, obviously. And again, there are two for each abutment. So the possibility of rotation, undesired rotation or movement, whatever, is absolutely zero. Yeah, so the stability is absolutely perfect. So those are the retentive elements. That's the device where we drilled. And here is the plate. And now the technician is pouring the plaster. There's no two plasters, there's only one. Yeah, the base is the plastic plate actually. So this is the model. The model that is poured easily, slowly, as we saw, slowly vibrating, high frequency and low movement vibration. And once the plaster is set there, we will simply put the plate upon this this plaster once in the impression. This is a white plaster. It's a very, very good plaster that this technician is using. It's one of the best plasters that one can use. White or gray are very good to see the details. Apricot ivory also is a good color, but white I think it's the best. White or gray. So now the only thing we need to do is to place, you see, to place a plaster around the pins on the plate to make sure that there's plaster in there, right? Not air trapped. We don't wait the time when the plaster sets. We don't need the set of the plaster. It all goes in one shot. And once you have it done, you place it exactly on this position. Press it slowly, slowly. That's it. And you leave it there. It's the coupling actually between the plate with the pins and our impression, that is our exact positioned abutments, right? What we need to know about the system is that once the plaster that is poured like that has set, we don't have the palette, yeah, it's a horseshoe like model. Once this plaster sets, the most important thing is that the whole thing, plaster and pins, because it's clear that the pins remain in the plaster, so this whole plaster and pins is removed from the plate and set aside and left for the next day. 24 hours is the best. What happens during this time? This will not fit in anymore. It's good. That's what we desire. Now the plaster dilated completely. And after dilation, I cut it until, in small parts, until I note that I observe that the plaster parts go easily and without tension in the holes. And only then I can be sure that my model has a perfect dimension and I can do dental works on it. This is one of the best system of mobile abutments. Probably it's the best. We shall try once to see a competition between this and the model maker made with the scanner or according to a scanning, but it seems that this is the safest way to get a removable abutments model.